market overall is likely to grow significantly. Maybe it's 150 to 170 billion USD. And some people think it'll be north of 2 trillion or more than 10x in the next 5 years.
XRP has been making headlines during this bull run, finally breaking past the $1 mark, a level it hadn't reached in over 3 years. And it has led many to wonder if you could retire with the cryptocurrency. Well, that's exactly the question we're here to answer for you guys.
Ripple has always been focused on kind of a compliance first, lots of transparency. And when you think about the things that are so critical in the success of a stablecoin, lots of transparency, compliance first, those are really important things. And I think the success Ripple has had working with financial institutions, I think sets up for RLUSD or Ripple USD for success. And again, we think it helps the overall XRPL ecosystem because it just adds liquidity on Ledger. So we're excited about that. We are very close to, I think earlier today, somebody asked me for a timeline. I just said weeks, not months, because of, but we're getting there pretty quickly. And we just want to make sure we launch with kind of full regulatory oversight out of the gates to keep everybody happy.
I think having high quality stable coins on the XRP ledger is just, we know from other platforms that when they have high quality stable coins on there, total value locked increases, transaction flow increases, liquidity increases. It's just a key enabling technology.
XRP, which is currently selling at roughly $1.10, has had a phenomenal 100% gain in the last 2 weeks, fueling confidence about its future potential. This spike occurs during a period of increased optimism in the Bitcoin industry. Analysts believe that regulatory changes brought about by Trump's return to office might have a substantial impact on the trajectory of XRP and the larger crypto environment. Additionally, Ripple's legal difficulties, which have hampered growth in recent years, are projected to be resolved by January 2025. If the resolution is favorable, XRP may be on track to beat its previous all-time high of $3.40, which was achieved 7 years ago. Adding to the excitement is the likelihood that big Japanese banks will accept XRP as a valid payment option. Such acceptance could greatly increase its value and strengthen its position in international financial systems. Furthermore, large-scale acquisitions by crypto whales, who have acquired over 1.42 billion XRP worth $1.5 billion in recent weeks, indicate a strong belief in XRP's long-term growth. Notably, renowned trader Peter Brandt has stated that XRP may reach $2 in the near future.
If you're new to the space and you don't have EVM expertise, the XRP ledger is a great platform to build on. It's not particularly complicated. It's different. So if you have to learn something, you can certainly build on the XRP ledger and take advantage of the opportunities that the fund's going to provide. And then, of course, if you really are interested, the XRP ledger doesn't have programmability at layer 1 yet. It's just a proposal, and it always needs new features. We're not exactly sure how we're going to support some of these more sophisticated DeFi features. Loans is fairly new, and so there's plenty of room to contribute code and ideas. We would love to see more community participation in the evolution of the XRP ledger itself. So all of those opportunities are available.
Amid XRP's revival, another project, Pluto Chain, $Pluto, is gaining popularity. Pluto Chain, which is still in its pre-sale phase, intends to bring new innovations to the cryptocurrency market by improving Bitcoin's capabilities. Its hybrid Layer 2 network adds smart contracts to Bitcoin, expanding its use cases to include NFTs, decentralized finance DeFi, artificial intelligence, and even meme coins. This increase in functionality corresponds to an increasing appetite for utilizing Bitcoin for more than just transactions, rivaling the utility shown in networks such as Ethereum and Solana. Pluto Chain offers itself as a forward-thinking solution to the Bitcoin ecosystem by boosting scalability, lowering transaction costs, and increasing network efficiency. The simultaneous rise of XRP and the introduction of initiatives such as Pluto Chain represent the changing cryptocurrency market, where innovation is driving new opportunities. For traders and aficionados, keeping a watch on these movements may reveal chances in this fast-evolving industry. Both XRP's momentum and Pluto Chain's goals demonstrate how the cryptocurrency industry is entering an exciting new chapter. Ripple holds great promise for revolutionizing the modern financial scene, notably in cross-border transactions. Despite technological breakthroughs in 2024, international money transfers remain slow, expensive, and burdened with fees. Transactions can take up to 4 business days and are normally charged between $15 and $45 for each payment. Ripple Labs created the Ripple blockchain to address these inefficiencies, utilizing XRP, its native cryptocurrency token, as a bridge currency. This is how it works. If you're in the United States and want to send money to someone in Japan, your payment begins in dollars, then converts to XRP over the Ripple network, and finally to Japanese yen at the recipient's end. The procedure takes seconds and costs a fraction of a penny, providing tremendous savings and speed over previous approaches. Ripple competes directly with SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, the leading network for international financial messaging. SWIFT is used by over 11,000 institutions globally, facilitating over 44 million transactions per day. SWIFT's strength stems from its network effect. Its widespread adoption creates a competitive moat that Ripple must overcome. The key question is whether Ripple can challenge SWIFT's supremacy by offering a faster, less expensive, and more efficient alternative. XRP's finite quantity of 100 billion tokens provides some supply stability, but its price and long-term viability are determined by demand. It is vital that banks and financial institutions embrace this more widely. Ripple has already formed partnerships with several big banks, indicating momentum, but more widespread use will be required to boost XRP's value higher.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the US has had this very hostile, the Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base is largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. You know, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. You know, if you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth.
And the conclusion of Ripple's legal dispute with the SEC has given the cryptocurrency much-needed momentum. While Ripple benefited from a positive court decision, the potential of an appeal creates some uncertainty. Nevertheless, removing legal barriers makes Ripple a more appealing choice for banking organizations that were previously cautious to accept it. While XRP is still trading below its all-time high, growing usage of Ripple's network could drive up its price. However, this will take time and patience, as regulatory problems are not yet fully resolved. Ripple's existing agreements with large institutions lay the groundwork for development, but the amount to which it can challenge SWIFT will ultimately decide its long-term viability. As for whether Ripple represents a life-changing investment opportunity, let's do the math. Now, retiring on XRP use as a primary source of financial resources requires a mix of financial planning, some market speculations, and strategic investing. To calculate how much XRP will suffice for your retirement, the first step is to find out your retirement goals and financial requirements. First, calculate how much money you'll need yearly to comfortably live after your retirement years. Cover all or at least most of the basic living expenses, such as housing, food, utilities, and healthcare. Then there's the lifestyle one wishes for: travel, hobbies, etc. And let's not forget inflation, which usually increases prices by 2 to 3% every year. For example, if you expect to require $50,000 per year to live comfortably and you expect 25 years in retirement, your target might be somewhere around $1.25 million, assuming no additional growth from investments and not accounting for inflation. Once you know what your target is, the next step then is to examine how XRP might get you there. The current price of XRP stands at around $1.10, while the all-time high of $3.40 in 2017 demonstrates how much room this coin has for its potential rise. assuming that some positive events occur within the crypto market. The focus on cross-border payments by Ripple represents a huge value proposition in the world of finance for its direct competition with the SWIFT system.
So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world. There's a lot of work to be done. There was a lot of damage done over the last 4 years that all of us in the industry and working with our policymakers can kind of get going on to restore the U.S.'s position as a global leader.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it would speak volumes if Trump put in a crypto expert in the SEC. That would be unbelievable. Or CFTC. Where does Coinbase fit into all of this?
I mean, Coinbase has been a really important voice in this. I think, three key players came together during this election cycle. Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz came together to really make sure that crypto was front foot on the agenda. And I think we will get someone at the SEC who is very familiar with crypto. There's a couple names still in the mix that I think are very strong candidates. And the nice thing is, these are people who don't go in with we're going to attack this industry. And it really did turn out to be, at a minimum, unethical and a maximum unlawful. And again, federal courts are saying that, not just Brad Garlinghouse.
Right.
Ripple's technology fills in the blanks of inefficiencies found within slow processing times and high fees, but it has the promise of nearly instant transactions at low costs. This makes it a game changer, especially as Ripple continues to secure partnerships with banks and payment providers. If adoption grows significantly, the demand for XRP will increase, thereby driving up its price. The recent resolution of Ripple's legal challenges with the SEC has also renewed confidence in XRP. Although the case isn't entirely settled, an appeal from the SEC is possible. The favorable court ruling has removed a major obstacle to Ripple's adoption by financial institutions. With more clarity on its regulatory status, Ripple is better positioned to expand its role in international financial systems. Another reason to be optimistic about the growth of XRP is speculation that Japanese banks may accept it as a legitimate payment method soon. Large-scale investments by crypto whales, who have purchased more than 1.42 billion XRP during the past weeks, are also very promising. In general, whales are typically long-term investors who believe in an asset's future growth. Such an activity would propose that deep-pocket investors do consider XRP has more room for price appreciation, possibly into the $2 or much higher short to medium-term range. Though predictions beyond that are speculative, a number of analysts believe XRP may return to or go higher than its all-time high at $3.40, especially if its adoption accelerates.
We are indeed. Ripple announced not too long ago, we're announcing something called RLUSD or Ripple USD. The stablecoin market now is about $180 billion. And the largest player is called Tether. We think there's an opportunity for the Ripple of the world, we're an institutional use case, selling into banks, solving that cross-border, and really making payments cheaper, faster. We think this is a perfect use case of these technologies.
I can understand, because slowly but surely you're seeing financial services get it and start implementing crypto, stablecoins in their businesses. Trump, of course, has vowed to fire SEC Chairman Gary Gensler on day one. He said day one. And Gensler has recently signaled that he may soon resign after President-elect Trump's massive election win. Here's a look at some of the rumored contenders Trump is considering for the chairman of the SEC, Brad. And I want to get your take on what's the most important thing that person should do in the early days of this new role at the SEC, should one of these folks get them.
I think working with Congress and identifying here's the gaps in the existing laws that create the confusion. I think, I don't know all those candidates personally, but there's a bunch of very strong candidates up there that I think aren't going to pretend that, hey, the rules are clear. Gary Gensler would testify in front of Congress and literally say the rules are clear, but in the next sentence, he wouldn't answer the question, is ETH a security? So to me, it's just this, head in the sand. It's a new dawn for crypto in the United States, and I think we really can make this the heartbeat of the crypto and blockchain industry in the next 5 or 10 years.
Based on these considerations, different scenarios for the future value of XRP can be projected. For instance, if XRP were to hit $5, you would need 250,000 XRP in order to reach the goal of a $1.25 million retirement fund. If it climbs to $10, that number drops to 125,000 XRP. For a more conservative estimate, assuming that XRP only rises to $2, you would need 625,000 XRP to hit your target. If XRP were to reach $100, you'd only need 12,500 XRP to hit that target. At $200 per token, the required amount drops even further to just 6,250 XRP. Compared to current prices, where XRP hovers around $1.10, these price points dramatically reduce the amount of XRP needed to secure your future. Still, the question is how realistic an XRP price of $100 or $200 will be. Several things need to align perfectly in order to reach such a milestone. First, XRP's use case as a bridge currency for cross-border transactions must gain wide adoption. For this to be true, preferably banks and financial institutions would be using Ripple's blockchain in the majority of their international payments over SWIFT. Given the benefits that Ripple offers, a lower fee, higher transaction speed, and possible removal of intermediaries and end, a result like this isn't beyond the realm of possibility. Another critical factor is Ripple's capped supply, 100 billion XRP. Unlike fiat currency, which can be reproduced at will, XRP has a fixed amount that makes it scarce. As demand increases, especially by financial institutions, the price of XRP may jump considerably. The larger the number of financial organizations, businesses, and individuals using XRP for transactions, the higher up pressure on its price. A $100 or $200 XRP would require Ripple to reach a market capitalization the size of one of the leading high-tech companies or financial giants. For instance, if at $100 per XRP, the total market cap would be $10 trillion, assuming the supply of 100 billion XRP is in complete circulation. If at $200, it would double this sum to $20 trillion. Though these numbers are staggering, consider the scale of global financial transactions Ripple aims to tap into. The cross-border payments market alone is trillions of dollars annually, and Ripple's goal is to streamline and dominate a portion of this market. If XRP becomes the standard for these transactions, the high valuations start to look more feasible.
I'm curious, any other surprises from you on real-world assets, either why it's taken long or why it's happening quickly? What's your thoughts?
I think the biggest surprise for me is how quickly the major players seem to feel that this would be inevitable. They went from crypto's all a bunch of scams and it's never going to threaten TradFi, to starting to see that
lean in.
Yeah, we see polls where these institutional players believe that this is definitely going to happen. And the interesting thing about that is that means that they need to establish defensible positions. And I think that kind of segues interestingly into our play in custody with the acquisition of Medico to put ourselves in a position to, people who issue real world assets, they're not going to all want to build their own platforms and management and all that.
The amount of XRP you will need to accumulate to reach your retirement is a function of your individual financial situation and risk tolerance. If you start with a small capital base, you may want to dollar cost average. Invest a fixed amount periodically so as to spread out the money buys the coins. This is less intense in terms of market timing. Nonetheless, keep in mind that crypto prices are significantly volatile, and there is never a promise that returns will be achieved. Timing also plays a critical role in your strategy. While XRP is currently trading below its all-time high, it has shown signs of renewed growth. Waiting for a major price increase before investing could mean missing out on potential gains. But rushing in without a solid plan carries risks as well. Balancing your entry points with your long-term investment goals is key. So do you think XRP is a viable investment option? Let us know in the comments below.